Today we'll be discussing about a very important approach of the religious people. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna mentioning over here. But before that, as usual, let us start with this mantra. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kobibhiriritam kalmashapaham Sravanamangalam Srimadatam Bhuvi Gnanti E Bhuridajana. The more we read the Gospel, it becomes really true that it is the nectar, Amrit, that is giving the solace, the joy, the love, the guidance to a spiritual soul. Here, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is talking with the devotees, page number 406, the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, date March 23rd, 1884. Sri Ramakrishna was sitting in his room after his midday meal with Rakal, Ram, and some other devotees. And different type of conversation was going on. Then afterwards, the Sri Ramakrishna, he is mentioning over here, the realization of God is enough for me. What does it matter if I don't know Sanskrit? So sometimes some people, they give so much of stress on that language. And this is the Devovani, Devobhasha. If you like to learn, you are welcome to learn. But for the realization of God, no, it is not necessary. One must study the Sanskrit along with the grammar, and then only will be able to read the Vedas, then will be able to realize God. No, it is not. So that is exactly what Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling. It has nothing to do with that. It is about the knowledge. Many a times he has given the example that you need a map to go somewhere. But after reaching to that place, to the destination, you don't need that map. You may keep it for the next generation, next people, or you may throw it. He is giving the example of digging the well. The instruments that you have used for the digging, you can keep it, or you may throw it, because the purpose is served. The purpose is God realization. This is very important. And here in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, we find again and again importance has been given on realization of God. It's not the learning, it's not the other ethics that we are following. There's only supporting, whether you are going to the temple, whether you are listening to this, whether you are reading this book or not, these are all support. But the ultimate thing is God realization. You must have to realize God. That is the ultimate. The realization of God is enough for me. What does it matter if I don't know Sanskrit? Then the next line he is telling, that is the main point we'll be discussing for some time over here today. The grace of God falls alike on all his children, learned and illiterate, whoever longs for him. That is the very, very special sentence, and particularly nowadays when people are confused and a group of people, they are fanning the hatred. Constantly the hatred is fanned out. Hate others, hate others, hate others. Do you think by hating others you can realize you can love your own God? A completely wrong thing. If you have a political motive, I have nothing to say. If you have something else, either social or geographical, historical, I have nothing to say. But when you are talking about the spirituality, talking about the God, talking about the practices, talking about the realization of God, then those things should not be applied. That's why the monk should be always away from that. Swami Vivekananda loved India so much. In the sister Christian, she is writing, we started understanding and loving India from him, Swami Vivekananda. The way he used to pronounce the word India fascinated us. And that Swami Vivekananda, when he established the Ramakrishna mission, the Ramakrishna Math, with the monks, dedicated people, very clear that no one should mingle with the politics. And that is the reason his very famous disciple, Sister Nivedita, the Margaret Noble, had to write very openly, publish in the newspaper, I am not a member of the Ramakrishna mission. Sister Nivedita wrote. Why? You should not. If you have chosen the path of spirituality, a completely different path. Why? The grace of God falls alike on all His children. So this is important. I cannot discriminate. Who am I? Whether God will love him or not, whether God will understand him or not, Sri Ramakrishna is giving the example to make it very clear. He is telling, Father has the same love for all his children. In the household, we find the father. Suppose a father has 5 children. One calls him Baba, some Ba, and some even can't say Ba, it's a Pa. This last cannot pronounce the whole word. Does the father love those who address him clearly as Baba more than those who call him Pa? The father knows that these last are simply too young to say Baba correctly. So that is the example. If somebody is wrong, does it mean that I should have to follow that wrong path? If somebody is doing some mistake, does it mean that I too have to do the same mistake? This is the time that we should ponder. We should sit quietly and see, just for some temporary benefit, shall we spoil the eternal truth that our rishis developed? And that is giving us the consistency for thousands and thousands of years. This is the time we must have to understand this. And here I find that the question, is God partial? If someone says that God is partial, is an absurd question, because God Himself has created this universe. When he says that God is partial, He is all the time supporting the rich people, learned people, educated people, well-off people. What is wrong? You are jealous, that is a different thing, but don't blame God for that. See, this is the Bhagavad Gita, we find statement of Lord Krishna as the eternal portion of myself having become a living soul in the world of life. Chapter 15, verse 7. Eternal portion of myself, the God, a little portion of the God, it is reflected and it has become the living soul of the human. And that is the world, human life. Any life that I am hurting God. If some people doesn't understand this, that it means that we have to forget all our scriptures, Bhagavad Gita. We have to ignore the teachings of Sri Krishna and go and hurt others. In our scripture, there's a provision, atatai. Atatai means the person who is trying to harm you, is trying to destroy your family, trying to destroy your wealth, trying to do something wrong with your wife and children. You have every right to kill him. That is a very clear idea. It's not the fighting. You can kill him without any hesitation and no sin will occur. That is there. But does it mean that I will go? No, that is not. And in the chapter 15 and the verse 15, it says, Sarvasya chaham hridi sannibishto marta smriti jnana apohanancha. Not only I am sitting in the heart of each and every being as the soul, the living force, the Atman, but I also is the memory and the perception. I, the God. That I am centered in the hearts of all, and I am the memory and perception as well as their loss. So all this is me. In the Manu, the lawgiver of the Hindus, we find Sarva Bhuteshu cha Atmanam. In all being, if you have to see the Atman, the God, Sarva Bhutani cha Atmani. Within the every being, you must have to see the God, and again, all being within God, inside God, living in the God. Samam Pashyan Atmajaji Swarajyam Adhigachyati. They get the moksha, they get the mukti, the eternal teachings of the Hindus. And that's why we are respected everywhere. And when the time has come to bloom, all these years we were subjugated. A new flow has come. It has been connected every corner of the world. People are appreciating the only religion that is Vedanta. They are appreciating the yoga. They are appreciating the way of Hindu. Shall we make any mistake? We should not. When someone is crossing our border, our brave soldiers should fight them, no doubt. It doesn't mean the monk should take up the sword. There's some of the stories they say like that. But the real monks never, because Sarva Bhuteshu cha Atmanam. In every being, I see my God, how can I hurt? It is not possible. Samam Pashyan Atmajaji. In the Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna went to invite the Krishna, the condition that the Krishna gave, I can join you, but I will never fight. I won't take up the arm. Why? I am everyone. How can I? So that is Swamam. Everywhere I see the same God, and Krishna, the God himself, he is in every being. But again that those who are very good, God's grace is always with them. In the Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter, 30th sloka, it says, Yo mam pashyati sarvatra, sarvam cha mai pashyati, tasyaham na pranashyami, sachamena pranashyati. He who sees me in all things and sees all things in me, he never becomes separated from me, nor do I become separated from him. Ma Sharadamani Devi, a Muslim dacoit, is to come, a low class, low caste. And Ma said, my Sharat, the direct disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, the student of Calcutta University, very bright, and what a wonderful life that monk was leading. She said, my Sharad, he is also my son, and this also my son. From emotion? No. From realization, she said. From the realization only she said, he is also my son, because there is no difference. When a porter in a railway station approached mother as Sita Ma, he came and addressed her as Ma Sita and told, Ma, I am waiting for you for such a long time. Mother immediately asked him to sit over there itself. Just spreading some straw, dry straw. So sit over here, I will give you initiation. She gave the initiation without asking which caste you belong, which language you speak, which God you worship, what type of food you eat. She never ever asked about those things, never cared. The love, the genuine love for the spirituality, for God, that is sufficient. And we, the followers of these great souls, we should not make any mistake. Even any temptation that comes before us, we should stick to this spirituality. Our great Upanishad, about which one of our great leaders, Mahatma Gandhi, said, if Isha Upanishad, the first sloka remain, Hinduism will remain. And that in the Isha Upanishad, in one sloka, it says, Yastu sarvani bhutani atmani viv anupashyati. The same type of, the Manu also said like that, Gita said like that. Sarva bhuteshu cha atmanam tato nabijugupshate. Again and again, teaching is like that. Now, friends, in the Uttar Gita, is another, it's not the Veda, but it's a sub. All scriptures, they say, Yatra yatra manoyati, tatra tatra param padam. Wherever my mind goes, there my God is residing, wherever. So how can I say that this is sacred and this is secular? He is different and he is mine. This is very wrong. So, Yatra yatra mano yati, tatra tatra param padam, tatra tatra param brahma, brahma sarvatra samabasthitam. Brahman, the highest being that the Hindus have conceived, have realized, he is everywhere. Sarvatra samavasthitam. In the same way, the Brahman is everywhere. So, this is what is called, and again I should quote from the Bhagavad Gita. It says, Dvamimo purusho loke shara cha akshara evacha. Shara is the perishable one, akshara imperishable. Both are me. I have made this. And very interestingly, I was reading in the Bible, we find the same idea. In the Bible Acts, it says, 10:34, it says, so Peter opened his mouth and said, truly, I understand that God shows no partiality. Look at it. God shows no partiality. And many of the followers, they will say, no, we don't believe it. Don't read it. They'll quote something which support their own viewpoint. Why? Ego. And these egoistic people, they are not at all going to God, cannot. And if we follow them, it will be like, as in the Upanishad they say, Andhanaiva niyamana yathanda. This is a blind man leading another blind. What will happen? Both will fall in the ditch. Andha naiva niyamana yathanda. A blind leading another blind. Both of them, they go into trouble. This is, in the Genesis 1:27, it says, God created man in his own image. Again it says, in the image of God, he created him, man. And then again he is mentioning male and female, he created them. so that it gets very clear. Only male, God has created only male, not the female. Wrong conception, wrong idea. The male and female in the Genesis 1.27, it mentions. In the Romans 10.12, it says, "For there is no distinction between Jew and Greek. For the same Lord is Lord of all, bestowing his riches on all who call on him." That's Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he said, looking at the moon. In those days, in our country, they used to call moon as the maternal uncle, mama. Quoting that, Sri Ramakrishna told, moon is the mama for all. Whoever will call mama, moon is mama. So if you call God, the God is yours. So this way it is says that no, for there is no distinction between the Jew and Greek. In those days, they were having some trouble with these people. Christians are from the Jew only, and the Romans were there ruling them, so they used to consider them as the enemies. But those who are pursuing for the spirituality, for them he said, no, you should not. You should not have any difference. So there, because the God has, and from the Malachi 2.10 is from the Bible, and the quotation, it is printed on that historical book of the history of the Parliament of Religions, world religions. It is quoted over there, printed over there. Have we not all one Father? Because it was the Parliament of world religions. So the beautiful quotation they quoted from the Bible and printed over there on the top, the book is with us. It says that, have we not all one Father? Has not one God created us? Why then we are faithless to one another? That is the question. Why we are faithless? Why we are losing faith on each other? Now suppose one country is developing some power, military power, another country and a group of countries, they go against them and say, no, stop that. Because the whatever you are doing is not good. That is a totally different thing. If one country raising the taxes on the materials that is coming from another country, and that country also says, we'll also raise our taxes on your product, completely different thing. Nothing to say. They can do it. But when they say your religion is different, your language is different, your food habit is different, your clothings are different, so you are my enemy. At least the religious people, if they say, look at that, they do not believe in God, so let us go and kill them. Are they religious people? So that is the question. Have we not all one Father? This is from the Bible. I am only quoting. I am a Hindu. And I find the same word in my book. My God is telling also the grace of God falls alike on all his children. So friends, always, it is Swami Vivekananda said, education is the panacea of all evils. All evils. What type of education? This type of spiritual education, if we have properly, then there will never be any hatred. So this what they say. Recently I was watching a movie, Calm Sunday. I see this to understand their culture and also the language, the pronunciation, American pronunciation. So this is so here it is continuing. I have not completed that. So Calm Sunday, it is acted by Carlton Pearson. Beautifully depicted the same thing. This gentleman, he is acting as a father of a church, and is a great scholar and also very good speaker. And because of his personality, many people are coming to that church, both the black and white. And they were enjoying. One day he saw in a TV news, the people are dying in Africa. Maybe many of you have seen this. And when he saw the people dying the condition is so sad, he was thinking, oh my God, they have not accepted the Jesus. They have not been baptized. They must be going to hell. Thousands of people are going to hell? That question haunted him. He started fasting and praying to God. Tell me, how can I help them? Shall I go over there, convert them into the Christianity, baptize them? Or how I can help them? Monetarily I cannot, politically I cannot. I cannot give the medicine or food, but at least I can go and convert them into your name. Then he demanded, God has spoken to me, and God said, they have already been saved. You need not to bother about that. Whatever you are doing, you do, because any human being anywhere, any being anywhere, I take care. And those people, they have come to me, and they will live with me. You need not to bother. He thought he has heard this, and then next day in his sermon he declared that. He said that. It's a great turmoil. And then the church authority is telling, no, you are going against our ideology. You have to leave. Who said? Not the Bible, not the Jesus. It's not the religion. But some people who wanted to have their mastery over some people, they are interpreting their ego in this way. Same thing happened in the life of Margaret Noble, the young lady who afterwards became Sister Nivedita. Margaret Noble, she joined as a teacher, and she was very eager to go and help the poor people. She never met Swami Vivekananda from her own nature. She thought she will go. And there was the opportunity, the church was organizing some relief. And she used to go, in those days, the people, particularly those who work in the coal fields, they used to suffer a lot. So she used to go and help the children particularly. Then one day, the church authority asked her, no, you cannot go over there because they are not Christians. And not only that, even if they are Christian, they do not belong to our church. Maybe they are Christians, we don't bother. But they do not belong to our church, so you cannot go and help. Is it religion? No. It's completely irrational and ignorance. So those who are pursuing for the religion should not be in this type of trap. Now, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling, I have been feeling much inclined to the Nara Leela. This is 1884. 86 he passed away. So he is giving the hint. He never declared that I am the avatar, I am the incarnation. Only a very close people they could understand, they could feel. But still then, he is to say, no, why should you feel like that? But now he is giving the hint and he is telling, I have been feeling much inclined to the Naralila. It is God Himself who plays about as human beings. If God can be worshipped through a clay image, then why not through a man? It's a revolutionary sentences. Not through a man, why not? But here he is not telling only those who are Brahmin, only those who have renounced the world, only those who are monk, only those who are these and these. No, nothing discriminating. Anyone, any man. That's why Swami Vivekananda worshipped a little Muslim girl in Kashmir as goddess Durga. And Swami Vivekananda is worshipping a Muslim girl in Kashmir as Durga. So that is Kumari Puja. He performed over there at that time without discrimination of religion. Our people should know it. This Naralila he is talking about. Vaishnavacharan said to me, if a person looks on his beloved as his Ishta, he finds it very easy to direct his mind to God. This is the conception. But that conception created some problem again. Some of the people started telling, particularly to, in those days, our girls used to get married very young, and when they became widowed, where they will go, then this type of ashramas, so-called ashramas, used to ask them to go over there. Another social problem came, and some people they used to say, think of me as your Ishta Devata. It's a very wrong conception. Sri Ramakrishna is not supporting that. He is saying, I love so and so. Whom do you love? They will ask. I love so and so. They know him to be your God. When I heard this, I said to them, that is not my way. Sri Ramakrishna is telling, this is not my way. I look on all women as my mother. I found out that they talk big but lead immoral lives. That this is the important thing. You may talk big, but we have to go and see what is your life. If it is an immoral life, for sure he can never be a spiritual leader. And he is going on giving the description about the faith and his father was having and the other people, the elderly people who was having the complete faith. A young man of 27 or 28, known as Thakur Dada, entered the room with a few friends and saluted the master. He lived at the Bangalore and was the son of a Brahmin Pandit. And he is giving the description. He used to do the Katha Katha. Katha Katha means going on talking about the God in the villages as a conversation in an easy way to teach to the villagers, illiterate villagers. So that was his profession. He used to do like that. That was the profession of the Brahmins. But the master is asking him how you came, etc. Then he is asking, have you come here for any particular purpose? Sri Ramakrishna asking the gentleman. And the Dada replied, I have come here to visit you. I pray to God, but why do I suffer now and then from worries? For a few days I feel good. Again, why do I feel restless afterwards? This is his personal problem. He has come to consult with Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna is giving the answer in this way. I see things have not been fitted quite exactly. The machine works smoothly if the mechanic fits the cogs of the wheels correctly. In your case, there is an obstruction somewhere. The obstruction is there somewhere. That means in our past life also we do many things. So when the suffering comes, somewhere something was not correct, something was not properly done. So this type of things are coming. Again the smooth sailing is going on, joy, respect, everything, whatever we want, everything we are getting. Why? Because again the karma. So it moves in that way. Then he said, yes sir, that must be so. Sri Ramakrishna is asking him, are you initiated? He said, yes sir. Do you have faith in your mantra? This is very important. The faith in the mantra. The The one gentleman rang me and told, I'd like to take initiation from you. I told, have you taken initiation earlier? I have taken from a Mataji, but I don't feel that is helping me, so I will come to you. I told no. Have you practiced that mantra with respect? You have not. From now, you practice that mantra, repetition of the God name that the Mataji has given to you with respect and see what is the result. After 10-15 days, he rang me again. He is now in touch with me. Now I am feeling well. I think Mataji is protecting me. I think God is protecting you. Mataji and the me and many other gurus, we only connect you with the main source, that is God. And that God is giving you, if you have the good karma, no problem. That source will come. If there is something blocking the grace because of your karma, that will also go away. If the force of the grace is coming and you are going on dragging the name of, through the name of God, it will also go. Have faith. In the spiritual life, faith is a great thing. You have to have that, otherwise it is very difficult to make any progress. So, then a friend of Thakur Dada, they say that he sings well. Then the master asked him. See, Sri Ramakrishna was very fond of music, the song. He is asking him, can you please sing a song? Then the Thakur Dada sang a beautiful song. I shall become a yogi and dwell in love's mountain cave. I shall be lost in yoga beside the fountainhead of bliss. Like that one Bengali song he was singing. Master was very, very happy. Now we have to notice this. He said, what a nice song. Fountainhead of bliss, fruit of truth, laugh and dance and weep and sing. Your song tastes very sweet to me. I don't know whether that Dada could understand what Sri Ramakrishna meant. That means God was pleased in his song. And that boy, the young man, he sang from his heart. Because he was not feeling well. There was something wrong going on in his life. So that pang, that thing prompted him to sing or pour out his mind, his prayer through that song that touched the God himself, the Lord himself, Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna never said, I. This time he is telling, your song tastes very sweet to me. It is me, is not only Sri Ramakrishna, it is me, the God. That means he was blessed, no doubt. Why should you worry? Now Sri Ramakrishna is asking him. Things will be taken care of. Why should you worry? So if we go and pray to God with the complete faith that God is listening to my prayer, whatever prayer we do, God will listen to it. And for sure, pleasure and pain are inevitable in the life of the world. One suffers now and then from a little worry and trouble. A man living in a room full of soot cannot avoid being little stained. He is telling, why should you worry? This comes and goes, comes and goes. Don't worry about that. Please tell me, what should I do now? Now the Sri Ramakrishna's answer is, chant the name of Hari morning and evening, clapping your hands, and come to me after some time. So visiting a place, a holy person, and getting the inspiration from him, that is the main source. Sometimes when in the world we are working, and slowly our spirit goes down. And that is the reason people should go listen to the discourses of the scripture and once again recharge the battery. Some of our senior Swamis, they used to tell like this, recharging the battery. They used to tell, go to Belur Math, recharge your battery, and then go again in the working field. When you go to the working field, we are doing the services, but again, there are so many varieties of things happen in the life. Sometimes you lose faith, sometimes you are tempted for something else, and the spirituality goes down. It's better to go to Belur Math. And they have kept the Belur Math in that pristine purity. That is the early morning at 4 o'clock. 300, 400 monks and brahmacharis, they are sitting and doing the japa. By seeing that, and the holy Ganga is flowing, and the Lord Sri Ramakrishna is sitting quietly, and no other sound, and slowly breaking that dark, the sun will raise from the eastern corner, and it's beautiful. If one can understand that and can use that, and slowly all his energy will be boosted up again. Again he can go out and can work. So Sri Ramakrishna is telling only two things. Chant the name of Hari morning and evening, and clapping your hands. That will help you. Come here sometime. Sri Ramakrishna is asking him to visit. Then he is telling the master, he is talking with the devotees, is a Mahimacharan has come. The Mahimacharan is a learned person, is a scholar. So Sri Ramakrishna was asking him, can you please recite something from the devotional point of view? The Mahimacharan said, what need is there of penance if God is worshipped with love? This is a Narada Pancharatra. Is a beautiful way. They say, if already love has generated within you, then other penances are not necessary. Because we do the penances like fasting, getting up early in the morning, bathing in the Ganga, and visiting the holy places on pilgrimage. All these penances are not necessary when the love for God has come. What is the use of penance if God is not worshipped with love? Again, the Narada is putting in a wonderful way, if the love has already come, the penance is not necessary. Why you are doing that? And if the love is not coming, what is the necessity of the penance? Same way they say, what need is there of penance if God is seen within and without? If you feel the God within and without, then what is the use? And if you don't see, what is the again penance? So that way, that means the goal is to develop that particular attitude, faith and love for God. That he said. And then again, obtain from him the love of God. Master is reciting. Sri Ramakrishna is reciting, obtain from him the love of God. From him, H capital, that means from God himself. As the Narada is telling, if the love is not there, where from the love will come? Faith of God will come. It's from God itself. So Sri Ramakrishna is telling that beautiful story. In those days, in the stations, the station master is to show the light to the guard of the particular train to go away or to stop something. And that type of light was having only one focus. Three were closed. The people in the dark couldn't see the face of the person who was showing the light. The guard maybe, station master maybe. So if you like to see the face of that person who is showing the light, you have to pray to him, sir, will you please turn the light on you? I like to see you. Similarly, if you like to realize God, you need love. Pure love for God. But if you need love, once again you have to pray to God for that love. Otherwise it won't generate. So Sri Ramakrishna, after listening to that, see, this is the beauty of Sri Ramakrishna. Mahimacharan, a scholar, He quoted from the Narada Pancharatna. But Sri Ramakrishna immediately, in a filler, is putting in this way, obtain from him the love of God. Then Mahima recited another from the Shiva, etc. Then Master is telling, shame, hatred, fear, hesitation, these are the shackles. What do you say? To Mahima is telling. Lajja, Grina, Bhai, these are the barriers. Lajja, Grina and Bhai. In the name of God, if you feel shy, then you cannot realize God. So Lajja and Grina, hatred. I don't like this, I don't like that. If you are going on hating others, at the same time trying to love others, the love won't generate. Why? Because in every being God is residing. But again it is said, when you are starting the practice, you have to seclude yourself. And as an example, Sri Ramakrishna is telling, when it is sprouting, the farmer will give a good fence so that the animals should not destroy. Then slowly that becomes a tree, it never needs the fence. Fencing is not necessary. That time tree is sufficiently strong to stand. So similarly, this hatred, fear, hesitation should not be there. Sometimes in our lives also we have seen some decisions have to be taken. We are organized, really, our ashrama is under one organization. And that organization sometimes they send out something, if you please do this. They may add the word please. Will you please do it? In a very nice way they will say. But there is a command, there is an order. You are supposed to. And how to do, different type of reaction, all these things come. And then you have to give up the hesitation. It has come from the headquarters, that is Sri Ramakrishna's body. This body of Sri Ramakrishna, the Shanga. So since it has come from there, I must have to do that. No hesitation. Go forward, do it. I just remembered that I was in Cherrapunji. One Swamiji was there. He used to love me very much, the in church, Swami Gokulananda ji. And the school, Cherrapunji, the tribal school, the programs and these things are going on. As in our country, always the people in the power, they are invited. So governor came. He inaugurated something and then he was watching a cultural program. Our children, students, they were performing a program like Shivaji something. So Afzal Khan and the Shivaji was fighting on the stage. And they liked the fighting, so it was not ending. It was supposed to be 1 minute. It was students, they were doing it for a long time. And in the meantime, Gokulananda ji, he noticed that something is hanging unnecessarily, so he thought that should be removed. Then he told me, hey, go and remove that. But I have to take something, some chair or something to climb up, then let it be over. No. Why you are hesitating? Then he's quoted. See, Sri Ramakrishna say, if the hesitation is there, you won't be able to realize God. I am in charge, I am asking you to go and do it, you do it. What is your hesitation? People will laugh at you? They let them do. Obey the command. So what to do? I went from the backside, I took a stool and stood over there and trying to cut that rope that was from the ceiling, it was coming down. And these two boys, and other also, there's Afzal Khan and his group and Shivaji and the group, and they found, oh, that's very good. First they stopped seeing me there on the stage. And then they found it's good that he is in the center. So they started fighting around me and it was difficult for me to come down. It was a great fun for the students and those who were observing. So like that, no hesitation should be there. When the senior has given the command, I should do it, I do it. So that is the hesitation from the God, and it's for the betterment of the others, I must do it. And know for sure you'll be successful. Things will happen in such a way that you'll surely be to the shame, hatred, fear, and hesitation. These are the shackles. Then the master is giving, this is also very important, almost in every page there are so many very important words. There are 2 signs of knowledge. How you will know that you have realized God? The knowledge first, unshakable buddhi. Buddhi is determinative faculty of the mind. Unshakable buddhi. Second, no matter how many sorrows, afflictions, dangers, and obstacles one may be faced with, one's mind does not undergo any change. It is like the blacksmith anvil, which receives constant blows from the hammer, still remains unshaken. That is the buddhi. Second, manliness, very strong willpower. As Swami Vivekananda in one of his talk he is telling, the more I grow, more it seems to me everything lies in manliness. The strong determination. After analyzing the good and bad, pros and cons, I take up one idea, this is going to be helpful for me, and this is going to help the others also. It is not only my benefit, but the benefit of the other people around me. Take up that idea. Stick to that. Continue into that. So that way, if we go, first is unshakable buddhi. God is there. Why? Sri Ramakrishna has said. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna has said, God is there. You can talk to Him. You can see Him. I have no doubt. The strong buddhi. I don't bother about anything else. So one Swamiji, I was going on asking questions, that brahmachari. So I am reading books and noting down this, and whoever the senior Swamis used to come, we used to go and to do some personal seva. So do you want a glass of water? Do you this? Do you? And then we used to sit and ask questions. One day one Swamiji came in Advaita Ashrama, and that was a good place. So all Swamis used to come over there in Advaita Ashrama. And I was asking this question, then, and ultimately he said, see boy, I have anchored on one thing. After that, no question. What is that? The name of Sri Ramakrishna. So whenever there is any problem, I just look at Sri Ramakrishna. Whatever he said in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, I accept that as his words. So that is where I have anchored my ship. I am not moving anywhere because this why has no aim. So doubtfulness is not good at all. Doubting Thomas can never become successful, they say. So this we have to keep in mind. To be able to realize God, one must practice absolute continence. Sages like Shukadeva are examples. That is also one very important thing in our monastic life. That should be there. The mind should be constantly on God and on nothing else. So this is why Sri Ramakrishna is telling. We will study the wonderful way he is telling the answers. We will read in the next class. Let us offer our pranam to Sri Ramakrishna. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa dhrita vigraham vai Ishavattaram Parameshamidyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.